Hello and welcome to gskptv, also known as Georgia Sunflower, Kansas Peach, where we do reviews on movie, TV, life, books, whatever. A safe place where we can talk about it all. No judgment. I learn from you. You learn from me. We learn together. Today we're going to be talking the biopic, Michael Jackson. So come on back. Hello and welcome to GSKP TV, also known as Georgia Sunflower, Kansas Peach, where we do reviews on movies, TV, live, books, all those things. Again, welcome. Hello to everyone. It is so good to see you. It's been a little bit since I made a video, and I'm excited about this video. Happy birthday to all the Mayflowers. You know, I have to always come up with something different, but happy birthday to everyone who's having a birthday in this May. I hope you have a happy, safe, great birthday. You guys, to all my new subscribers, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy the videos. I'm glad you're here. Again, welcome to the family. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think so I can get better and we can talk more about the kind of things that you'd like to talk about. Eventually, one day, I'm going to go live and drop a number where we can talk at the same time. I know I've said it several times, but I'm trying to get it worked out to where I will eventually do those things. But as I said before, I've had a lot of life-changing experiences in about the last 8, 9 months. So I'm still building back. As I've said earlier, I've gone back to work in a video I've done previously, but I'm thankful. I'm getting better. Praise God, because without Him, none of this is possible. So again, thank you to everyone that watches, all my subscribers, new and those that have been here. I thank you. I thank you so much. Can't do it without you. Okay. As I said, we are going to be talking the Michael Jackson pick. Now, what I'm going to try not to do, if you haven't seen it, because I would like for you to enjoy the movie like I did, without any spoilers or anything. Just, I want you to watch it with fresh eyes, just like I did, and you can form your own opinions on it. I'm just gonna give my opinion on what I thought of the movie. Now, if you are looking for tabloid drama, salacious, all the bad stuff about Michael Jackson that people were saying, and all the outlandish and foolish stuff that he supposedly did, and did do, not supposedly, because Much as I love Michael Jackson was just as crazy as a road lizard. I am so sorry. And I love every song. I loved me some Michael Jackson down. Do you hear me? But I had to grow up, and Michael Jackson was just as crazy as he wanted to be. And he is the king of pop, period. There's no one else. He is the king of pop. Loved his music to death, still love it today. But Michael Jackson was crazy, y'all. I hate it. I'm sorry. I hate to be the one to bear be the bearer of bad news, but he was just again crazy as a road lizard. But like I said, I loved his music. I love still right now. So, um, hey, I sorry I had to let you know that. But this movie, for it to be about the king of pop, Michael Jackson, if I had to give it a peach pit or a sunflower, I'd give it a sunflower and a piece of peach pit. And the reason why I say that is because for this to be a movie about a man who influenced this entire world, I thought it could have been much more grand. I really do. Um, and when I say grand, for me, it just didn't give. It just didn't give big, big time superstar film. Um, was it a bad film? No. But was it the great film that it was portrayed to be? No. Um, is it good? Yes. Could it have been better? Yes. Um, Now, not because of the storyline so much, because it didn't bother me that they didn't bring in all the things that were going on that were used to try to tear him down. I didn't have a problem with that. Um, for as eccentric as he was, again, as influential as he was, as famous as he was and still is, I think this movie could have been much more grand. I really do. Uh, Again, they did a good job. You know, it was like um, it was like it was just like a long music video. Um, we we really didn't get to learn much about Michael. Uh, there were bits and pieces. Um, I I don't think I totally agree with how they portrayed Joe Jackson. Um, he has been made to look like a terrible man because he whooped him, and sometimes yes, he was wrong for whipping him. Yes, yes, but every parent has done that. Every parent. I don't care if you're a patient. Lord, I cannot talk. If you are a parent that spanks or whip your child, there has been a time that you have whipped that child when you should not have. Uh, I don't think that constitutes abuse. Um, because the reason why I say that I don't like the fact that they portrayed him as such a monster, because if he hadn't have done the things that he did, there would be no Jackson 5. See, there would have been no Michael Jackson if it hadn't have been for Joe Jackson and Catherine. So, um, do I think that Joe Jackson was the greatest man in the world? No, no, no. I don't think he was that likable. And yes, he was shady. He had his shady ways, you know. Yes, I totally agree with that. But I don't like the idea of trying to vilify him, you know, make him this villain. Because again, if it hadn't have been for him, if it hadn't have been for him whooping their butts and staying on their butts and making them practice and making them do this and making them do that, there would be no Michael Jackson. There would be no Jackson 5. Now, you've got to give that man credit for his part. You've got to. Whether you like him or not, you've got to give him his part. Now, um, we're going to talk about the cast, okay? And the cast of this film was Jafar Jackson, who played Michael Jackson, who is Michael's actual nephew. We have Giuliano Cruvaldi, that played Michael Jackson as a child. And then the people that played the Jackson family was Coleman Domingo. He was Joe Jackson, which is um, Michael's father. Nina Long, she played Katherine Jackson. Jessica Sula, she played Latoya Jackson. The Jackson Fives, the adult version, was Jamal R. Henderson, and he played Jermaine. Trey Horton was Marlon. Ryan Hill was Tito. Joseph David Jones played Jackie. Now, the Jackson family in the young version was Jaden Harville. He played Jermaine. And Jalen London Hunter played Marlon. Judah Edwards played Tito. And Nathaniel Logan McIntyre was Jackie. Okay, now the industry figures and associates in the movie were Miles Teller as John Bronca, that was Michael's longtime attorney, Kendrick Sampson as Quincy Jones, Lorenz Tate as Barry Gordy, who is the founder of Motown, Kate Graham as Dinah Ross, Laura Harrier as Susan DePassy, Mike Myers as Walter Yetnikoff, and he was the president of CBS Records. I'm sorry if I pronounced your names wrong. I don't mean to butcher anyone's name. Um, Keelan Durrell Jones as Bill Bray, Michael's bodyguard. Derek Luke as Johnny Cochran, and Liv Simone as Gladys Knight. Um, And again, this movie explores Michael Jackson's journey from his early days with the Jackson Five, and then his career on into his career as the king of pop. Again, this was a good family movie. You can take your children. You know, again, my opinion is I think it could have been a better movie for who we were talking about, who they are talking about. Michael Jackson, again, has influenced this entire world. And I don't think that this movie said enough about him. Um, again, I don't mean the things that uh, people used and said and did to try to tear him down. Um, Michael Jackson was very influential in African Americans being on MTV. He was the first, uh, and I think they should have went into that more. Um, I think they should have went into more of his um, eccentric practices. You know, his eccentric likes, you know, the things he collected, the fact that he was trying to own certain music rights. And there was just so much more that I think they could have um, exposed, especially the millennials and the young people to, other than just his music, because Michael Jackson was much more than just his music. Um, there were so many iconic moments that Michael Jackson has uh, that I felt this movie didn't even touch on. They touched on a few. You know, there could have been the marriage to Priscilla, um, Brooke Shields, his relationship with Diana Ross, Elizabeth Taylor. Um, it was just so much. It was so much. You know, Naomi Campbell. Michael Jackson was a phenomenal human being. He really was. And again, this movie, and not because I'm trying to talk down on the movie, it just could have been so much better because Michael Jackson really was such a dynamic person. Um, again, if you just want to get an overview about Michael Jackson, perfect movie. Absolutely perfect movie. Uh, as I said, you know, it just scraped. It just scraped Michael Jackson. Jafar, Lord have mercy. Jafar played his uncle. Do you hear me? He played his uncle. He did an excellent job for what we were exposed to. He did an excellent job. He did an excellent job. I must commend the young man. He did his uncle proud. No doubt about it. There is absolutely no doubt. Everyone, in my opinion, did the entire film. Absolutely, they did an absolutely great job from young Michael to, you know, senior Michael. They did an excellent job. Nina Long, Coleman Domingo, they all played their roles very well. Costumes great. Music, the choice of songs great. it really wouldn't have made any difference which songs they picked because all of Michael's music is just phenomenal. So I mean, it for what they did a good job for what they did. I don't want people to think that I didn't enjoy the movie because it was a good movie. But it could have been so much better. And this is strictly my opinion. You know, and maybe the reason why I have that opinion is because I have been listening to Michael Jackson music all of my life. My entire life I have been listening to Michael Jackson music. And that's because of my parents. They were listening to Michael Jackson's music too. And they shared that with me. You know, Michael Jackson started out a young boy in 60 something. And like the movie says, he was a dynamic singer as a child. And he just, from there, skyrocketed. So Michael Jackson's music was played in my house. And I am a woman of a certain age. I am 60 years old. And I've heard Michael Jackson and listened to Michael Jackson music my entire life. I don't know any time that there was never any Michael Jackson movie in the days that I've been on this earth until he passed away several years ago. There's never been a day in my life that there was no Michael Jackson. And for, again, this man to be as iconic as he was, and still his memories still are, I think the movie could have been done much better. The Star Wars man should have done the movie. Lucas, somebody that knows how to make it. They did, whoever did this movie, the director of this movie and their crew, they did a good job. They did a good job. But again, I think it could have been, I mean, it should have been a saga, a mini series or something, because it's just Michael Jackson is just, he's far more than this 2 hour movie. Though again, it was good. Um I think it could have been better. I really do. They, again, I'm not trying to take anything from. I Please, I beg you to go and see the movie. It is worth going to see. It is worth going to see. Now, again, I'm not going to give away any parts of the movie because, like I said, I want you to enjoy it like I did, with free and clear eyes, no one else's opinion, you know, tainting your opinions or what you think of the movie. Um, I want you to form again your own opinions. So please go and watch the movie. It's definitely worth it, especially for our young people coming up and behind us. They need to know Michael Jackson. He's a major part of, especially African American music history. Major player, major player. He needs to be taught. His influence reached all races, all people, all nationalities. Michael Jackson is known. And his legacy needs to be shared. It needs to be shared. Again, his nephew did an awesome, awesome job. To see him and how much he looked like his uncle and performed like his uncle, it was just amazing. It was amazing. It was like he never left. It's and you know, I don't. He just did a breathtaking job. He really did. He really did. Again, go and see um, Michael Jackson. Um, it is an awesome, awesome, awesome movie. Again, family friendly. You know, and I think maybe that's why I feel like the movie could have been grander, because a lot of things that went on in Michael's life, the children don't need to know, and they left that kind of stuff out, which I found was good. But it still could have been. I still think it could have been grander, just because iconic as Michael Jackson is, it just could have been a little more grander. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my review on Michael Jackson. Please, please, please go and see the movie. It is worth it. Take your children. It's safe. There's nothing in there that would be offensive to you or children. It's a good movie. Again, thank you for joining me here on gskptv, also known as Georgia Sunflower, Kansas Peach on YouTube. And as I always say, make sure in crowded areas you wear your mask. Continue to wash your hands. We still have to look out for each other. All of those things that we were worried about in 25 are still here. They're just not talking about them. We are still responsible for one another. Okay? Again, I want to thank my peach trees and my sunflower seeds for joining me today. And to my new subscribers, thank you again. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as I always say, I am my brother's keeper. I love you. Bye.